Hello everybody. Welcome back to some more Donkey Kong 64. Just finished the mini game, got our golden banana, and uh, just gonna be finishing up level 3, or at least trying to. I think there might be another video after this level 3, but we're making it. How are you making it, Gok?
I'm still trying to wrestle the 3.
What do you mean the 3?
Half of my screen is covered.
Oh, yeah, your cats.
Yeah.
Why don't you just grab them all and then get a big bundle of cat in your arm and then just snuggle them?
Are you telling me to do like an alinity?
I don't get the reference.
Some Twitch thought.
No,
she's
no.
The one who,
not the
she's
one.
The one who asked if they could copy strike PewDiePie.
Oh yeah.
She had like a stream where she tossed her cat away.
No, don't do that. You just grab all 3 of them and then you have like a big pile of cat in your lap.
Yeah. I mean, Calvin is a fat boy.
You say that like that's a problem.
Let me see. He must be weighing like something like 5 to 6 kilograms now. He's a chunky baby. But yeah. He and Susie were having a moment, and then Daisy joined in. I guess she was feeling... Now, the funny thing is that they got the whole family together, so...
Well, at least they're being nice to each other. My cats, even though they're brothers, they like to play fight all the time, so... Oh yeah, that was the thing that we did last session was get the Nintendo coin. Which again, like I said, that's very important that we do that.
Surprised Nintendo has not launched that as a microtransaction coin already. As far as I know, because I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it...
From what I've known, Nintendo is actually better about their DLC transactions than most other companies. Like, they don't usually gatekeep, like, major things like that.
Yeah. They're better at releasing a finished product.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some people make the statement that Nintendo doesn't even, like, the public that enjoys Nintendo games doesn't even interact with the other gaming platforms. It's like Nintendo is its own ecosystem.
Yeah, ecosystem, yeah.
Yeah, ecosystem.
But, yeah, but unfortunately the thing that gets me about them is their whole patent bullshit.
Yeah. It's the bit where they actually jeopardize a lot of the goodwill they have built, just their insistence on being extremely obnoxious with copyright.
Yeah. Although thankfully, because of Valve doing their thing, which is nothing, they actually...
Winning by doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're getting sued by, or they were getting sued by, some guy who owned like 1 billion patents on something. And like his strategy of making money is to sue people, because of his patents.
You're talking about the Rothschild, right?
Yes.
One of the Rothschild. The most beloved family in the planet. Most well-liked family in the planet. People all around the globe just find them really nice guys.
Yeah.
I do love how Rothschild even sounds like the name of a Bond villain. You hear that name and you think, yeah, there must be something evil.
Yeah. I will make no comment about that. But
I mean, I think it is safe to I think it's safe to say they are mostly considered evil people because.
Oh, I was gonna make a different comment, but okay.
Yeah, like the patent thing. The patent, like the copyright thing, you know.
Yeah, but the thing that I was talking about was that they tried suing Valve over some nonsense about how the cloud system works.
Yeah, basically like loopholes with copyright.
Yeah, which
Exploit loopholes with copyright law.
Which thankfully got shut down. So the one time Valve does do a thing, they win even harder.
Yeah. The reason the running joke like is basically the competition says to Valve, "Hey, check this out," and then they just shoot themselves in the face with a shotgun. So it's like, they do nothing and they just win because their competition is just so retarded.
Yeah. I mean, I heard that Epic is getting a little bit better with their platform, but I don't know. It's like they've shat themselves so much so often that I don't think I will ever get an Epic launcher.
Nobody cares, really. I mean, the fact that they are EA doesn't help.
They're what? Yeah, you roboticized there.
They're tied to EA.
Oh, they are? I thought Epic was their own thing.
Yeah, Epic was, as far I think it was, they were launched by EA. They were very much like a, let me double check just in case I'm saying something retarded.
Yeah, because I don't remember anything Epic and EA related, unless they worked on a game together at some point. Which, you know, who gives a shit? Anyway, here's a really fun mini game. Just push A at the right time. And you have to do that 3 times. Oh, but be careful. It goes a bit faster for the last one.
Epic Games developed Unreal Engine, a commercially available game engine with oh. So they are the ones to blame.
Yeah, you didn't know that the Unreal Engine was made by them? I thought that was like...
Oh.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're the ones that made the Unreal Engine, and they're the reason why all games these days use it.
They're the reason why games nowadays just look like garbage.
Yeah, more or less.
It's like private. I think I remember like seeing like some. I think I remember seeing somewhere that like they were tied to EA.
Yeah, but like I said, the only time I can think of that might be true is if they worked on a game together, or back in the day when they first started. But. But, yeah, I just remember that they don't have anything that's exclusive to their launcher, and from what I can tell, their launcher is still garbage compared to, like, Steam's. So it's like, okay, why bother?
Oh, they're partially owned by Tencent.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. So...
They're filthy communists.
So you're basically like, once you get Epic Games, you just have a bunch of Chinese spyware, and you just allow a bunch of Chinese spyware in your system.
That's the best kind. But yeah, I think the only other launcher that I have is really, aside from like the bullshit ones that all the companies tried to do back in the day, like Ubisoft's. is Good Old Games, and that's because they actually offer a service that Steam doesn't.
Yeah. That's the only. That's the. They basically just occupy a niche, an alternative niche to Steam, and that allows them to operate quite reliably.
Yeah. And it's a good niche. It's getting games that you can't get anywhere else, like you can get the original Resident Evil games on Good Old Games, but for some reason, what's weird is that Capcom, at least at time of recording, they released Dino Crisis 1 and 2 on Steam and Good Old Games, but you can't get it on Resident Evil the trilogy on Steam. Just Good Old Games. It's weird.
I wonder whether I'm still waiting for them to get the Silent Hill series.
Sorry, the what?
Silent Hill series.
Oh, that's Konami, and well, they're fuck-ups to say the least.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're ever going to get, like, at least Silent Hill 2, because like, the reason why the HD remake was hot garbage was because they lost all the original source code. So, you know, that's just gone.
Yeah, that isn't massively unfortunate. So, I know they have Silent Hill 4 in GOG, but it would be nice to have, like, the whole series. I did hear that the PC version of Silent Hill 2 is the best one.
Okay. Anyway, so here's a fun puzzle. We have to put the numbers in order, like smack them down, but we're looking at it upside down. Yeah, I think the only older version of Silent Hill that you can get currently on Steam is Homecoming, which is like the redheaded stepchild no one likes version.
Well, as far as I know, Silent Hill has not been in good condition past 4.
And even then, 4 is debated amongst fans if that's a good one or not.
Yeah, I heard that is a contentious game, but it has like a lot of fans still.
I mean, it has a really good idea behind it. It's just some of the execution they did was not great. Like they introduced the inventory management system, which fans were not a fan of, and what else did they do? There was something else. Oh, it doesn't take place in Silent Hill, so it kind of raises the question of how does the influence of the Silent Hill town affect the next town over kind of thing.
To be fair, even Silent Hill F doesn't take place in Silent Hill either.
Yeah, that takes place in Japan, but I kind of figured that they had some explanation, or at least I hope they did.
We smoked. The explanation is we smoked a lot of meth, and we.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea to have like that kind of horror theme in set in Japan. It's just.
Yeah, it sounds very cynical that they're just gonna use the name Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's most likely that they just they just had that game, like they just had a game in mind, but they just needed like a recognizable name to help sell it.
Yeah.
So they just went with Silent Hill F. They just grabbed Silent Hill because nobody's doing anything with it. So like, they just exploited that.
Yeah. I guess in a way, kind of like BioShock Infinite, where aside from like the very end, there's no reason for it to be called Silent Hill, or not Silent Hill, BioShock.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, it just makes the whole thing worse.
Yeah, and then they shoehorn in like a DLC to try to tie it with Rapture.
Yeah. BioShock Infinite is such a garbage-ass game.
I love how one thing I love about this history, the whole history of BioShock Infinite, it's very much a cautionary tale to what the lack of restrictions can do. Like how much harm no restrictions can bring.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like Ken Levine just got carte blanche to do everything he wanted there, and the main result is that he couldn't even get the game out like on a timely.
Yeah, because apparently there's a lot of cut content for BioShock Infinite, which
yeah, people claim like people who are involved with the development claim that with the cut content you could do something like 2 or 3 other games. That's how much stuff they cut out. How much ideas they had that they couldn't put in the final product, and I guess I've heard that at some point the 2K, I think, just had to, the publisher had to strong arm Ken Levine into getting something that could be released.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't. He was so enamored with his project, he couldn't get the product. He just could not get anything out.
And now we have BioShock in Space coming out, which is just System Shock.
Yeah. What is funny is that nowadays, like it took like 6 years of development for Infinite. Nowadays, that just feels like the regular development time for AAA games.
Yeah.
You know.
Unless you're doing like Call of Duty or Battlefield or something, in which case you part one out every year.
Yeah. They always have like 3 different teams just working on a new Call of Duty and stuff. The funny... Yeah, they have like... They waste something like 300 million on a title, takes 5 years to put out. And then they get shocked that it doesn't make its money back. What do you mean it has not sold 10 million copies already?
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I think I also remember that, I can't remember if it was the, original, Tomb Raider remake, or if it was one of its sequels, but the, Square Enix was complaining that it didn't make its money back by... even though it sold like almost 10 million copies, like it was underperformed and it was a failure.
Yeah, I think the number was like they needed the game to like right out of the gate. They needed the game to sell something like 6 million copies to be profitable.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, Dark Souls sold 2 million copies and it was a massive success. And it's like, huh, I wonder what happened. And my only guess is that they didn't spend so much time making hair physics.
Yeah, waste like a... No, not only that, but they waste also time just hiring a bunch of high-profile names to do the voices. Like, we got this new game being developed. Let's get Kiefer Sutherland to voice one of the characters. Like, how much is he? Like, I don't know, some 10, 20 million.
Yeah. And what's so strange is that one of the things that I heard that game developers do, which is really shady and shitty, is that they will intentionally not tell the actors how big of a role that they're going to play, because that saves on money. Like, from what I heard, you know that the Lord of the Rings game, Shadow of Mordor? Yeah. Anyway, there was one scene where there was like a goblin character who was being dangled from a rope off of a cliff or something like that. And the actor who played that guy, apparently like he's a big name actor, but they had him play that goblin, and all they told him was, yeah, you're a character being dangled off a rope. Okay, go.
There was this. I wonder how much the guy who voiced Senator Armstrong got paid. Because at least in the original game, he only appears for what, like 10, like he only appears to be the final boss, but he's the most memorable character in the game.
So he played the, I'm guessing he didn't play the blonde villain, but he played, like, the main,
Senator Armstrong, you don't remember him?
Oh, Senator Armstrong, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about, Tomb Raider.
Oh.
To be fair, I don't know anybody, big name who, was an actor for the Tomb Raider games, and frankly, don't give a shit. I was unimpressed with, the remake.
I enjoyed it.
Like I said, it's fine. It's like a 5 out of 10 kind of thing. It's just... But I think that's kind of like the thing that kind of irks me about a lot of games, is that they all play safe, so they don't take any risks, they don't do anything interesting.
Yeah. You're a 5 out of 10.
I mean,
I think that was a
that's
bad game.
true, but I don't see how that negates my point.
I don't know. I thought that was quite a decent game. Was the one I enjoyed the most for last year.
Yeah, which goes to show just how good your taste in games are. You're always picking crap.
I enjoyed it more than Enslaved. Because you gotta understand, Enslaved, I couldn't jump out of platforms that were not, where it jump. Like, my ability to jump out of a platform was contextual. In Tomb Raider, I could jump to my death anytime.
Okay.
So.
But anyway, so this was the big thing I hinted at the first episode, was Beaver Bother. This is literally the worst fucking minigame I have ever played. Like, that's not even much of an exaggeration. Maybe if I thought about it hard, I could give it a proper spot, but still. So the idea is that you have to scare these beavers into this hole. But the problem is that half the time, the beavers won't go into the fucking hole because there's like an invisible wall blocking the hole. So you have to do it at like certain angles and shit. And I made it look easy there because I think I cut out like 5 failed attempts. So, yeah. And basically anybody who's played this game can contest to that and basically confirm that, yeah, Beaver Bother is the biggest piece of shit. I do not know what the fuck they were thinking with it. And the best part is that we have to do it 3 more times after that.
Why?
Because this game reuses their mini games all the fucking time for the bonus barrels.
That seems to be a recurring problem here.
Yeah.
Reusing stuff.
So, I can understand, like, they couldn't come up with a new thing a bunch of times, but man, you had to fucking reuse Beaver Bother like 3 or 4 times in this entire game. Like, once was bad enough. And keep in mind, these mini-games get harder the later they appear in the levels, so... or in the game. So, like, it took me 5 failed attempts to do that one Beaver Bother, so you can imagine, like... There's actually 2 Beaver Bothers in the very last level, and you can imagine how long it took me to do those. Anyway, now it's time to play Simon Says.
Oh no.
But it's better because it's an xylophone and they burp to make the noise.
Reminds me of the fart cave in Morrowind.
Oh, fucked up. My bad. The fart cave in Morrowind?
Yeah, and the Blood Moon expansion, there is a cave. It's called like I think the cave of, like when you're doing like one of the quests to, in the main quest, you have to do a quest line for the skull to basically to, what was it again? You have to do like you have to redo the quest of Ave Ironstone Singer, and at one point you have like to the, I think, the Cave of Air. You have to go to, you have to match the song that the Earth does, and it's basically like there is some rock formations that spill gas, and they make like some fart noises, but you have, it's called, I think, the Cave of Song or something like that. The song is just the Earth doing fart noises, and you have to match the sounds.
Yeah, because I was wondering why you were calling it the Cave of Farting, and I was just like, what, did someone on the development team slip in their fetish or something?
No, we're not talking about DC Comics.
I don't know how the fuck anyone at DC thought that was a good idea, but, you know, there we go. We have a Harley Quinn fart comic now.
But yeah, it's a funny quest, mainly for its, I hope, unintended consequences, unintended readings, I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, if one day we get to the Blood Moon expansion, you might have a chance to see that. But it is a funny quest.
Well, I am excited. Yep, that's Chunky with his big old triangle. He's a good player of it. I'm actually kind of curious if, like, I know the triangle isn't really taken seriously as, like, an instrument of choice, but I'm curious if there's, like, someone out there who claims to be, like, a professional triangle player.
Probably is. Probably like a... I imagine it's a kind of like being a professional maraca player.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this one is actually a bit of a fun mini game, or like a challenge, I guess. Even though they give us weird enemies that we don't see anywhere else, like those, I don't know what you would call them, like color symbol blocks. But anyway, what ends up happening is that they all combine to form Voltron. And the only way for us to defeat him is to get big like him.
We must get that, well, we never played Ratchet and Clank, but there is one of the powers you can get in the game. At some certain levels, Crank can become like a giant. And it is funny because then they reverse the roles, and Ratchet is the one on his back. And they make a joke about this when you fight the final boss, because right in the level right before the final boss, you turn into a giant. And then when you finally meet him, he throws a like some. He slaps you with a I think a ray that reversed the process, and then you see like it's just tiny Crank with Ratchet in his back.
But anyway, that was fun.
Do we have to go back to the first level to get the bananas with the other Kongs as well?
Yep. That will be
Lovely.
a different video though. So that will be like a cleanup video. Thankfully, you don't need any like powers from later levels, aside from like one instance.
How long is this playthrough again?
I forgot to double check, but I think it's roughly 10 hours of content that I recorded, so I guess edited down it'll be like 8 or 9.
Less than I was expecting, not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I said,
I was expecting some 20 hours of Let's Play.
Yeah, like I said, let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure it was not as long as you might think.
Are we gonna race crocodiles now?
Yeah, that little race car does look like a crocodile, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, it's a little race car on one of those electric tracks. Oop, hit the TNT, my bad. But just like with most of the other races, we have to not only get first place, but get a bunch of coins as well. But this one isn't so bad because there's actual ways to like play around and get more speed rather than the fucking Beetle where you have to just be good and know the layout.
Have you ever played F-Zero GX?
Yes, and I've only been able to beat that game on normal, because holy fuck, that game is difficult.
I remember there was this. I've heard there is this mission where there's a bomb in your car, and the moment you hit someone, you die.
Yeah, it's something along those lines, and there's also one mission that's like 10 seconds long, but you have to be like needle pinpoint accurate to get out of the exploding building within that time. And it's ridiculous. Like, it's so ridiculous to the point that even on normal difficulty, you can lose the tutorial mission.
I think my cats are doing something evil. Let me check.
Okay. Anyway, we found out that this race car is racist. He can't stand being known that he was defeated by a monkey. I don't know what I was looking there for. Maybe if there was another tiny barrel on the other side, but no. Oh well. And let's see, what else is there we're going to be doing? I guess we're just going to finish up the R&D section.
Are we?
I think so.
Repetition aside, how would you rate the level design in this game?
It's fine. Basically, it's just a lot of the layout for these levels is like, you know, you have your main hub area, and then it branches off into sections. That's mostly the design of each level, so fairly basic in terms of platformers like this. So, not horrible, but I will say that this level is kind of the exception because it's a bit maze-like. But even then, the maze isn't, like, ridiculous. It's just more annoying. Like, for example, we can't get to this section unless we go a weird roundabout way, and it's kind of important that we get to here. And it's pretty obvious that the developers knew that it was annoying to do that every time, so they put a warp pad there, so... But anyway, that'll be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Have a nice night.
Ciao, ciao.